Hey everyone, this is Ben and welcome to another video. This time around I'm going to talk to you about some amazing and unique organisms. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about a special kind of group, one that you all know and love. And in this video today, I'm going to talk to you about an interesting one of those amazing organisms. And these organisms are animals. When you think of animals, you often think of the larger animals, such as elephants, rhinos, horses, tapirs, seals, wolves, lions, sharks, crocodiles, and many other creatures as well, including hippos. But what you do not realize is that there are small animals like frogs, bony fish, insects, and even the neat-looking snails and slugs that are also considered unique and amazing animals. In this video, I'm going to entirely focus on animals. This will range in a lot of different facts, from what they look like, how they evolved, their body features, their diets, how they communicate, where they live, as well as many other things that make them very unique among all the different organisms. And so, sit back, relax, and get invested in this video as I take you on a journey in the world of animals. Now, there are those of you who are wondering, what is an animal? Well, I'll tell you all about them. Animals are a group of organisms that belong in the phylum Animalia, and within them, animals can be divided into two distinct orders or groups, which are the invertebrates, sponges, echinoderms, annelids, cnidarians, mollusks, and arthropods, and the vertebrates, fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Animals are one of the largest and diverse group of organisms. Their diversity is so vast that they conquer many kinds of habitats, from the freezing polar regions to hot deserts, all the way to warm tropical rainforests. Unlike plants, which get their energy from sunlight, animals get their energy by moving around from place to place, with the exception of sponges who do not move at all. Some animals have skeletons to support their weight, and most have a wide variety of senses: hearing, sight, smell, taste, and touch. Although some animals are herbivores, others are carnivores that eat other animals for food. Their amazing abundance, ability, and adaptation make animals one of the most amazing and unique organisms on the planet. The evolution of animals began in the prehistoric seas. Among them were the sponges, along with the earliest cnidarians, who lived in the oceans throughout much of their evolution in prehistoric times. Then annelids appeared as well. They started out in the oceans, but eventually became the first land animals. Mollusks also lived in the prehistoric oceans, but eventually they too became the first animals to live on land. Arthropods flourished around the same time in the oceans of prehistory, but they eventually became the first animals to live on land. Then another group of animals called fish appeared, and from these fins, they gave rise to the amphibians that would live part of their time on land and in water. From the amphibians would come the reptiles, who would eventually lead to birds, and finally, the mammals that would evolve to spread across many continents. Modern animals today are the many examples as to how these amazing organisms are able to adapt and flourish in many ways that other organisms cannot do, making them very unique among all the many organisms around the world. Now I'm going to tell you about an amazing trait that animals have, and these are their amazing body features and their astonishing variation of different sizes. Animals have amazing and unique body features, and for some species, they have a stomach that enables them to digest their food. And while some animals have traits that resemble legs, others, like snails, slugs, worms, and snakes, have no legs whatsoever. While some animals have skeletons to support their weight, others, like sharks, have bones made out of cartilage. While the insects, being arthropods, have a skeleton on the outside of their bodies. Other traits that animals have comes from the heart, and their heart represents two different things. While fish use gills to breathe underwater, amphibians breathe through both their lungs and through their skin, while reptiles, along with birds and mammals, have true complex lungs. Some animals also get around using different legs, and their leg movements represent different ways they can get about with their features. Plus, other animals do different methods. They hold the record of knowing how to move around, and some of their bodies are even covered with scales, hair, or even fur. All animals come in a wide variety of different shapes and sizes. They range from simple sponges to the tiniest of insects to the blue whale, the largest mammal in the ocean. Other animals also hold the title record of their size. The giraffe holds the title as the tallest animal in the world, while the saltwater crocodile holds the title of the largest reptile on the planet. There are some animals that also hold the record for the loudest call, and the howler monkey is known to be one of those examples, while the smaller animals have the record for having the smallest calls in the animal kingdom. All animals have many unique traits that make them very different from the organisms that we usually know and love. Now, the next section I'm going to tell you about is how animals are adapted to all kinds of different habitats and how their adaptations make them a very successful group of organisms. Animals are found in all kinds of habitats, from oceans, fresh water, deserts, forests, mountains, caves, and the polar regions. Their countries range from Africa, Asia, Australia, the Americas, the Philippines, and of course, Cuba. All animals are adapted in a variety of unique ways. While bats and some birds, along with all insects, are adapted for flying, other animal species like to live in the trees, while many others, like sea snakes, sharks, and whales, love to live in the oceans. Animals are also adapted to doing many other techniques, such as making homes. They use it through wood, paper, or simply just trunks, and they even build that underground. Animals make their homes in order to protect themselves from other predators, but they also do so to make other methods. Another reason animals like to live in burrows is because they need to find a safe place to rear their young, while other animals use dens in order to give birth to their young safely. Animals also do other adaptations too. While some species like to stay in one place, others simply migrate in order to find their mates, mate, and of course give birth to their young so that they can be prepared for the long trip back north. These adaptations and their ability to thrive in all habitats make animals very unique among all the organisms. Now I'm going to show you another kind of trait that animals have. And this time around, this is going to be about their wide variety of different senses. One of the many traits that make them very different from all of the other organisms. Animals have a wide variety of senses. One of their unique traits is their eyesight. Their eyesight is very strong, and there are some animals that can see very well in daylight, while others are nocturnal and prefer to see only at night. Their sense of smell is very acute, and they're able to smell very well to find food and to find the scent of a mate. Hearing is also vital, as animals can also hear things, whether it's through danger, noise, or anything in between. And their sense of smell is so acute that they could detect something from about a mile away. Other traits that make them very different are their highly developed senses of taste and touch, which enables different animals to feel the world around them, whether it's through smelling danger, potential mates, and for their own relatives that are nearest to them. Whatever the case, every variety of senses that animals have can make the difference between life and death to protect themselves from danger. Animals feed on a wide variety of diets, depending on the species and of the different varieties. While larger animals tend to feed on a large percentage of food, smaller species have a smaller appetite, meaning that their percentage is not as high as the previous ones. Some animals are known to be carnivores, meaning that their diet is focused on meat, and they have to hunt other animals in order to survive. Some animals are known to be vegetarian, meaning that their diet is only restricted to vegetation, while other animals tend to be omnivorous, meaning that they feed on both plants and animals, while some are only frutivores or insectivores. Animals also play a role in an ecological balance. While some species are invasive, others are known to be called a keystone species, meaning that whatever they feed in the food chain keeps the ecosystem intact. By feeding on different things and creating a balanced food chain, animals can do many unique ways that other organisms lack the ability to do. Now, the next section that I'm going to talk about in the case of animals is how do they get around and how they end up evolving movements that make them very unique among all the different organisms. Animals move in a wide variety of different ways. They can hop, crawl, run, or jump, while worms, snakes, along with slugs and snails slither along the ground. Others, like sharks, use their side to side tails for swimming in the water. And while animals can gallop fast on land, much like those of the horse, cheetahs hold the record of the fastest land mammal in the world, while the lemurs can hop at a very great distance. Animals that live in the air tend to be very graceful, such as insects, birds, and bats. And while some species that are large can fly at a greater distance, smaller species can only fly for over a short distance. Animals that live in the water tend to move in different ways, whether it's the jet propulsion of a squid, the up and down paddle of a seal, or the side to side motion of a bony fish. All animals can move in various different ways. These varied movements make all animals very different from all the animals have a wide variety of different defenses. while some use bright colors to warn predators that they're either not good to eat or simply too dangerous. Others simply fake the colors of poisonous ones. There are even some snake species that play dead when they're not dead at all, whereas other species of frogs tend to have an eye spot on their back to confuse predators. And while some animals can run in self-defense, others can physically use their teeth and their claws in order to protect themselves from another predator. And while defense may be the key to survival, it is not without its cost. Animals face predation from other predators, and no matter the size, whether big or small, every animal must eventually take caution. By having those defenses and knowing how to survive, animals can do many unique things that other organisms cannot do. Now I'm going to tell you all about another kind of trait that animals have. One involves their communication and their behaviors. Animals form a wide variety of different communication methods. Some use their tails for wagging, others use their grooming styles, or in the case of elephants, to rub heads and even rub each other's trunks as a sign of affection. And while other animals use communication devices like talking in order to form bonds, there are many other animals that also use scent marking in order to communicate, as well as body language. While some animals lead solitary lives except when mating and rearing their young, other animals live and raise their young in groups, meaning that they form lifelong bonds. By living in groups, this assures that their young will not only survive, but that strength in numbers comes in handy when defending themselves against a larger threat, like predators. And even though some animals are solitary or social, they all have unique methods that make them very different in the natural world. Animals perform a wide variety of displays in order to help gain access to mates. In order to do so, some animal species use feathers or wings to help ward off their rivals, whereas other animals use other methods of display, such as size, strength, and weapons to fight each other. After that, it begins a process of courtship, where both sexes will display a brilliant courtship dance. And then after that, animals will then start to mate. Both sexes will begin their reproduction in order to produce the next generation. Some animals lay eggs, while others give birth to live young. All animals as babies start out small, and throughout that time, they have to go through a series of survival strategies. And when they become adults, they eventually soon begin to have families of their own. This style of reproduction and development enables animals to survive, giving them a unique ability that other organisms do not have at all. Now we're going to talk about how animals are in danger and how they can be saved. Global warming is not the only thing that affects animals, but overhunting by some humans, as well as being skinned for their meat, fur, or even their own ivory, is a bad thing as well. Even habitat destruction is the main cause behind animals almost declining. Luckily, as of now, there are conservation efforts in order to help save them. Zoos around the world often study animals as well. Even the animals that are raised in captivity are acknowledged and treated very well by people. By studying animals in the wild and learning more about them, scientists can understand how animals play an important role in the survival of their habitats, so that by studying them closely, they have a chance of saving them from destruction, so that they can have a suitable future for themselves and the rest of the world. Well, that about wraps up this video talking about animals. I hope you all liked the video that I've been doing. And if you really liked the video that you're watching, feel free to like, comment, and/or subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. I hope this was worth watching, and until next time, I'll see y'all later. See ya.